Hi, this is Suzanne again from EFT-scripts.com, and I'm here to help you find a way to make your weight a number one priority. Whatever goal you have in life, if we concentrate on one goal at a time, then we can be successful. I know this might be a strange concept to you, but please bear with me and tap along with me and we'll see where it takes us. And tap here on the karate chop. And you can use one finger, two fingers of all the fingers. I like using all the fingers. I want to make my weight my number one priority. Even if it feels like a strange concept right now. Even if it feels completely unattainable. I'm willing to find a way. I want to make my weight a number one priority. Even if it feels like a strange concept right now, I'm willing to find a way. I'm willing to make my weight my number one priority. Even if it feels like a strange concept right now, I'm willing to find a way. And tap with one hand or with two hands. I like tapping with two hands. I want to make my weight my number one priority. Even if it feels like a strange concept right now, I want to find a way. I want to make my weight my number one priority. Here's a tricky point. Nose and chin. I'm willing to find a way. I want to make my weight my number one priority. And I'm willing to find a way. You can do it this way, chicken. So it's easier also to reach for women who are rather large-breasted. Unfortunately, I've never had that problem, and I don't view it as a problem. But anyway, it's if you need to, you can go like this or like this, and that's fine. I want to make my weight my number one priority, and I'm willing to find a way. Okay. Just relax. Let your energy settle. Okay. I remember it was very hard for me to make weight my number one priority at the beginning. So much so that I would have kind of ventures into weight loss, then I'd kind of give up. But when the time was right, and I knew when the time was right, I made it my number one priority. And I had so much going on in my life. It was just like crazy. But I still, because I tapped on it, I found a way to make it my number one priority. And I did. And it's amazing. And things like people say, well, I don't have time to cook. Well, I'm right now in that situation most days of the week. And so what I did is I found these this bread. Not everybody can eat bread, but I can. Preferably not every day because it's not that good for my tummy. But you know, these little buns, and they're made mainly from wholemeal bread and seeds, so they're very, very filling, and they don't have rubbish in them. And I found the peanut butter with the least rubbish in it. I just thin bit of peanut butter in this sandwich, and it was just so dense and satisfying. And I would take 2 to work. And I found out that no matter what I eat in the morning, I'm not really that hungry first thing in the morning, but I'm hungry just before I start work. Because then I need a big burst of energy to get me going through all the morning clients until I get to lunchtime. And then at lunchtime I may or may not be hungry, but definitely by the time I get back home, on my way to getting back home, you know, sometimes if I leave work late, I know that there won't be enough time to cook when I get home, or if there is enough time to cook, there isn't enough time to eat, or digest it or whatever. And so on a busy day like that, I would just take 2 of those sandwiches, one for the first thing in the morning, one for at night. And I found that there was a shop across the road that sells things like tuna and mussels, or sardines. And so I got that. Even would have just tuna and a bit of mayonnaise at lunchtime. It might seem like a big no-no to have mayonnaise, but it really isn't that much calories to have 2 sandwiches and a bit of tuna and mayonnaise. And, you know, for a couple of weeks, that was the way that I felt like eating, and it was satisfying for me. And it's because I made it my number 1 priority. And that was the days that I went into work, and that became my sandwich, you know. And now I'm kind of fed up with peanut butter sandwiches, and that's fine. So I made myself a different kind of sandwich, and that's cool. For some people, you know, making a sandwich is out of the question. Maybe you have a gluten intolerance or something like that. My body isn't that happy with gluten, so I can't do this every single day. But it's just to give you an example. And I found a place near my work, for example, that had these really nice salads, and they would put bits of chicken in them, and the chicken didn't have any oily or sugary sauce on it. It was just plain chicken in just plain salad, and you can put oily sugary sauces on them if you want to. I choose not to. It kind of spoils the salad if you add 400 or 600 or 800 calories of salad dressing to a salad. What's the point? So that's the way I view it anyway. So you know, it's a little bit like you have some spending money. You're out for the day and you've got some spending money. And if you spend all your money in one go, or half your money in one go, or a third of your money in one go, then you know you're not going to have much money for later. So it's the same with calories. If you eat all your calories in one meal, or half of them, or a third of them in one meal, it's like, you know, especially if that meal is just a salad, because a salad sometimes isn't very satisfying. So I found ways to make it my number 1 priority. And once you do that, once you take that step, you will think of ways. For example, exercising. I found it really hard to find the time for exercise. And I'm looking at the clock in front of me to see if I can go to the gym today. It's kind of dubious, but we'll see. If I can't, I'll go tomorrow. But I do have plans. And yesterday, I did go to the gym. I only managed to go to the gym for 15 minutes. I wasn't feeling fantastic. And I had the remains of a chest infection, and my sinuses were feeling a little bit heavy, but that's fine. You know, I managed to do a 15-minute gym class, which was really, really very, very intense. And I joke with that gym instructor. I say, you're going to torture us today, aren't you? And he's going to say, well, you'll see. And he came to me at the end of the class. He said, did I torture? I said, yes, that was just what I wanted. And, you know, I could really feel it afterwards. And fine, that was all the time I had. Other times I stay 4 hours in the gym if I want to, if I can, if I have the time. And it's amazing how you will find so many different things to do. So different exercises like yoga, walking in nature, walking in a park or a mountain or a beach, or just some nice streets near you. You would be surprised just how much there is available in terms of exercise you didn't know about. For example, if you have a dog, you might want to walk the dog. If you have a home, you might want to clean your home. Maybe your home will get extra clean, and it's all good exercise, and you'd be surprised just how that all adds up. And maybe this is for you, maybe this isn't. It's just like what worked for me, and what works for you can be very, very different, and it's especially for you. It only works for you. It might not work for someone else. And that's another concept. You know, people think, oh, but I thought you were going to prescribe to me exactly what I should do. Of course I can't. I don't have your body. You have your body. So let's work on this. But I do know that when you make weight your number 1 priority, you will find a way to eat less and exercise more and enjoy it. And in future modules, I'll be teaching you how to handle food cravings or desires for food that you know isn't good for you, but you still desire it, and you will see that desire melt away in front of you. You will see that desire melt away. Now let's establish some basics first, and we'll take it on from there. Okay, so tap along with me on the karate chop again. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I accept myself anyway. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I accept myself anyway. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I accept myself anyway. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. I choose to make my weight my number one priority. Okay, have a rest. Allow your energy to settle. So after watching this video and tapping along with me, have a think about what it is in your life that you can change. One small change that you can do starting today. Whatever small change will come to you, and you will be able to make that change happen, if not immediately, with the help of the future modules that you'll be getting. You will find a way. Okay? So, once you've done that, come back to this video, play it again, and tap along with it again. And every time you watch it, you will experience and learn and grow even further. Because every time you watch it, there will be different aspects of the weight that will be addressed, and you'll be very, very surprised how such simple words can help you move forward. And the secret is in the tapping. The tapping releases emotional blocks in your path so that you can move forward and be the weight and the size that you truly deserve to be. Thank you very much. Until next time, bye-bye.